Ahead on your Monday lunch break, Myles Garrett gets to appeal his indefinite suspension this week. We'll tell you what to expect. Also, it's a Thanksgiving Day tradition. You eat turkey and all the trimmings. But is the turkey tradition falling by the wayside? We'll give you some numbers. Speaking of Thanksgiving, it is a side dish you absolutely must try. It's sweet potato casserole. My wife is here with her recipe. Your Monday lunch break is underway.
It's your lunch break with Jay Crawford.
Come on in to the lunch table. Let's start another work week together, shall we?
Yes.
I'm Jay Crawford, sitting alongside my newest Twitter follow,
Romney Smith. Yeah, thanks for the Twitter follower.
Oh, and listen, anytime. First of all, it's great to have you back at the lunch table, but I have to start, and I didn't know this, but I have to start by asking, how was your weekend?
Absolutely incredible. I actually bought my wedding dress in Cleveland, so I'm very excited to finally have that.
Did you get the right dress? This is it?
Perfect from Liliana's Bridal, and I cried. So when you cry and your mother cries, you know it's the one.
Oh, that's perfect.
Now I just gotta hope that Jason cries. That's my hope.
I could see Jay, don't know him well, but I could see him as being an emotional guy, sentimental guy.
I told his best friend, I said, if he doesn't cry, pinch him. Make him cry. Make him cry.
Jason is, of course, the lucky fiancé of Romney, who is also a Channel 3 meteorologist and a terrific guy.
He is.
Okay, first on the menu today, will turkey be on the menu at your house for Thanksgiving? Romney, if new statistics are right, there's a greater chance that you won't be serving turkey this year. Listen to these numbers. In 2017, that's just 2 years ago, 45 million turkeys were consumed here in the United States.
Okay.
According to a survey, that number will be down to 40 million this Thanksgiving. That's a $5 million drop.
What are they eating?
In just 2 years. They're replacing it with other foods. According to NBC, the things that they're replacing it with, barbecue, which I'm always good with barbecue, that's fine, but I don't know about Thanksgiving, or taco bars.
I feel like you can't take the turkey out of Thanksgiving.
I don't think you can either.
It's kind of crucial, I thought.
Look, I'm a traditionalist, and I like doing things the same every year.
Well, you could change
probably
it up.
Old school
Maybe
that way.
A turkey taco or turkey barbecue. If it was that kind of remix, okay, but 5 million less turkeys is significant.
It is a huge, huge number, and I'm glad to hear that you're with me on the traditional side.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, by the way, later in the show, we're going to tell you how to make what I think will be your automatic instant new favorite side dish for Thanksgiving, and that's sweet potato casserole. It comes with a very strong recommendation. Okay, next on the menu, what's up with goop? Do you know what goop is?
I do.
Is this? I feel like this could be a female thing.
It is very female focused because, of course, we look up to certain celebrities and lifestyle trend people. I mean, I follow what Oprah does, and Gwyneth Paltrow, when she started Goop, she said, this is our lifestyle, so follow along and I'll give you my recommendations.
Okay, that is essentially the explanation. Gwyneth said, look, I've got very distinguished tastes, and I'm going to share my recommendations for my favorite items. Kind of like Oprah's favorite things.
Absolutely.
And this website, which I'm just learning about, I'm always the last to know on these things, is wildly popular.
It is.
And this year, she just released her new holiday list of, what is the name of this? It's actually called Ridiculous but Awesome. And I agree on both.
Yes.
I think they're both ridiculous and awesome. Here's just a couple of the items that she has in her collection this year. If billiards is your thing, maybe this is a table you'd like to buy. It's very sleek. It's modern. It also doubles as a ping pong table. It's $23,720.
That's the ridiculous part.
That would absolutely be the ridiculous part. I mean, it's nice looking, but I think there's a million other tables I would choose over that one. This is a $250 fire extinguisher.
Nope.
They want to class it up, and they want to make it, as she says, look sexy.
I just need something that works, right?
I mean, give me my $25 one from Walmart
Home Depot.
or wherever.
There you go.
This is $250, and this one really caught me. $5,000 Louis Vuitton travel trunk. It's essentially an old school suitcase.
It's beautiful.
It even comes dinged up like that. Look, it looks like your dog chewed on the handle. $5,000
If you want to give
for
that
this?
to me as a wedding gift, I will gladly accept it and use it with pride.
Okay. So you like it.
I like it.
But you wouldn't spend $5K on it.
I wouldn't, but if you want to spend $5K on me, I will gladly accept that.
Maybe we'll all pitch in, and that'll be our wedding gift to you for your new
I'll take
your wedding.
I'll take it.
All right. I thought you might be interested in that. Goop.
scoop.
And now
you gotta check it out more.
Yeah, I think I'm the last one to know about it. All right, the Myles Garrett drama will spill into this week. That's when the suspended Browns defensive end will head to New York. Romney, he's going to get to appeal his indefinite suspension. I don't know how you appeal something that's indefinite. I wish they had set a number of games.
Right.
So at least you could go in and argue that that's too many.
Right.
But they didn't. They didn't do that. And they're supposed to, per the collective bargaining agreement. But for some reason, it's just an indefinite suspension. But this, by the way, is the first time a player has ever been suspended indefinitely for an action on the field.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. This is what it's come to. So here's the way this is going to work now. Myles, sometime this week, because it's also in the CBA, that the player has to have his appeal heard before the team's next game, which obviously is Sunday.
This weekend, yeah.
So he will go in sometime this week, most likely the beginning of this week, and he will basically plead his case to a couple of former players. They are Derek Brooks, whom I know very well, and James Thrash, both former players. And he's going to plead for a reduction, which, like as I said, it's going to be hard to plead for a reduction of something that's indefinite. And just a little bit of history here. Brooks and Thrash have in the past taken the player's side and lessened the suspension. So I guess that's room for hope.
Sure.
There is room for
a
hope.
little bit, but with being indefinite, if they say, okay, maybe you can come back, there's still no definite number, so you really don't know what that means.
The way I'm looking at it, and it could be wrong, I'm looking at it as he's suspended for the rest of this season and the postseason. If I'm looking at it from his agent standpoint, I'm going in and I'm saying I want this reduced to 4 games, which would be huge for the Cleveland Browns. If they could get him for the last 2 games of the regular season, they're only going to be important if they keep winning here and stay in the playoff push. But I think after watching this videotape countless times, I'm sick of seeing it.
Me too.
I think that a 4-game suspension could be in order. There were some events that happened that triggered him, for sure.
Absolutely. I'm very interested, and I think all of Cleveland is to see what actually comes out of this.
We'll be watching very closely. According to a source that told the Associated Press, the timeline could unfold by Wednesday. Perhaps we could have a ruling. So that would be good. Now, there is a petition if you want to jump on Myles' side. A couple of locals here from Cleveland started it. It's on change.org, and it already has, at last check, I was on it about an hour ago, it had over 53,000 signatures.
Wow.
So over 53,000 of you are on Myles' side that this thing should be reduced. Take a look at this picture. This was from the Fairview Park Target store. Somebody rearranged the stockings. Can you read that, Romney?
Yeah, what does it say?
It says Mason started it.
I agree, and they did it in a very jolly way.
I love that. I think that is creativity at its finest, and I hope the store keeps it up for the entire holiday season.
That's awesome.
I doubt they will. I know you saw this. If you missed it at home Saturday night late, take a look how Saturday Night Live actually wove the Myles Garrett story into their opening sketch on the impeachment hearings. This was great. Watch.
Enough.
Wait, the guy who hit the other guy with the helmet?
That's right. I have seen enough. I am tired of being falsely accused. You see, what had happened was I saw another player who had lost his helmet somehow, and I thought, oh, he should be wearing a helmet. So I attempted to put it back on his head.
That's what he was trying to do, put it back on his head. I'm sure that's part of the case. That is big right now, I know, as we bring in Stephanie Haney. She's our digital anchor. It's time to take a look at what's clicking in Cleveland. Clevelanders love that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They found humor in it.
Everybody has been talking about that. I'll tell you what else everybody's talking about, though, as we go into the holiday season. If you are thinking of writing a letter to Santa Claus this year from Cleveland, you have a better chance of getting that letter answered. The post office is helping out the big guy. Every year they get tons of letters addressed to Santa, and when they can, postal employees respond to those letters. Like this one here from Dillo asking Santa for a remote control motorcycle and an automatic go-kart. The post office says while most letters do ask for toys and games, some ask for important things like basic necessities or simply help for themselves and their loved ones. So starting this year, the post office is adding letters from Cleveland to the ones posted online, and these letters can be adopted, as the post office calls it, by people to respond and fulfill those wishes. Now don't worry, All personal information like the name and address of the sender is protected. And if you do want to send a letter, Santa has a new address, so make sure you use the right one, which you can see on your screen right here.
Wait, Santa moved?
Santa moved. He's got a new address.
Oh.
New address this year, so make sure you check that out. And to look for your letter or adopt one to answer online, the website is USPSOperationSanta.com. Now, in other trending news on the Cleveland subreddit, people are very excited about a new gaming cafe that's opening in town. It's called All American Board Game Cafe, and games there will include things like Settlers of Catan, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, I know that's a very popular one, but also classics like Risk and Sorry. You can sit there and you can play games there all day long for just $5, and you can also buy them and take them home with you. The cafe opens December 1st here in Middleburg Heights, and for the grand opening, there will be a Dungeons and Dragons Red Hand of Doom tournament.
Ooh.
If you're not big into gaming, though, there will also be lots of fun things like discounts and raffle prizes and karaoke if you just want to go have fun and support your local gamer.
All right, just a fun hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never done
Nice.
the Dungeons and Dragons thing. Have either of you?
I haven't.
I've never done it.
My friends are very into Settlers of Catan, so
Okay.
that's the big one that I know about.
I understand that to be big. I'm more of a shoots and ladder guy.
Right, I like
You give me
Tetris.
shoots and ladders all day long.
I got Sorry for you. You can play Sorry.
Sorry is another fan
Perfect.
favorite in my family. Okay, Romney, do you know the 3 rules of real estate?
I don't. I'm a lifelong renter.
Well, you've probably heard it. It's location, location, and location.
Okay.
Well, perhaps there's a new rule.
That is?
Could be marketing.
Okay.
So we found this ad for a house that's for sale by Century 21 in Ravenna, Ohio. It's a
Okay.
standard house.
Yeah.
Looks like it's a split level, beautiful 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. There's the inside.
Okay.
What's unique about this house, you may ask?
Right.
Well,
It looks normal.
Apparently, they've got a sense of humor. In some of the pictures online, look at this one. That is Bigfoot sitting on
In
the
the
can
bathroom?
reading the paper.
Oh, Lord. And
And
they're peeking over the fence.
Here he is peeking over the fence. I thought it was nice attempted humor. Here he is in the background. I thought it was, look, it makes the house stand out.
It does.
So perhaps, someone that might not have ordinarily looked at that house might say, hey, that's funny. Let me take a closer look. I don't know.
The more traffic, I would imagine, goes to that particular listing, the higher the likelihood of someone actually wanting to buy it.
Yeah.
Chewbacca included.
And if that doesn't work, they are tremendous at staging.
Correct.
See what I'm saying? Now look at how this room is staged here. It's beautiful. It's a chair in the corner.
I mean,
Is
talent.
that your
Get them
taste?
an HGTV show.
That's a decision for sure. That's a choice. Okay, we're going to take our first break on lunch break. When we come back, many of you plan to travel over the holidays. We're going to tell you when the best time is to buy your airline tickets.
That's when we say they were showing up.
Welcome back to Lunch Break. Going anywhere fun for the holidays coming up?
I am. I'm going to North Carolina.
Okay, very good. You probably have your travel booked already.
Yes, I do.
Most people do. If you don't, you're in trouble. What we're going to do now, it probably won't help you for this holiday season, but we're going to give you some tips on how to plan your travel ahead for next year and do it on a budget.
There you go. Consumer investigator Danielle Serino has more.
All right, so when is the best time to buy airline tickets? Well, the experts say it all depends on when you want to travel. So here are 3 things you need to know before you go to save some dough. Number 1, winter is the best time to book your summer travel. And keep in mind that July is the busiest time. So if your dates are flexible, you're going to want to book in August and September. Number 2, for international flights, you really want to book between 4 and 10 months ahead. Even more if you're headed to a special event like the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. 3, there isn't a cheapest day of the week to buy airline tickets. Sales pop up at random. But you can save some money by being smart about which day you fly. For instance, if you travel on a Wednesday versus a Sunday, you'll save on average about $75. Mondays and Fridays are the most popular time for business travel, so prices then are usually at a premium.
There's some helpful tips in there.
Yeah.
Another one that we've heard, it's kind of been bouncing around the newsroom. We even talked about it on the program once. Go to the counter, go actually to the airport, and go to the counter and purchase it. And when we were discussing it, Gianni, one of our floor operators here, or camera operators in studio, said that works.
He said he does it.
He does it all the time.
At least $30 each trip, which it can add up if you have multiple people.
There you go. Who knew? Go to the airport, go to the counter, save a little bit of money.
All right.
Next on the menu, oh, I can smell it. My wife Tracy is here. She's making my favorite Thanksgiving side, sweet potato casserole. The recipe is next. Welcome back to Lunch Break. I'm excited right now because I'm actually going to learn while we're teaching you at home how to make my absolute favorite dish on Thanksgiving. My wife Tracy, who prepares this marvelously for me every Thanksgiving and Christmas, is here to help. You're a little upset at me right now because you don't want to be here, but you're going to have to overlook that and get over it, okay? Okay. All right, now I want to start by saying, first a question, is this a side dish or is this a dessert because it tastes like candy?
Yeah, well, it is not a diet food. Let me just tell you that. It's
I know.
Not a diet food.
I always ask her, can you make it, but can you leave the calories out?
Yeah,
and she
then
can't
it wouldn't
do
be
that.
as good. You'd be like, ew,
I know.
this isn't sweet.
It is, it's really sweet and tasty. So it's potato. What's the real name of it?
It's sweet potato souffle. I
Sweet
found
potato
it
souffle.
15 years ago. You know what started it was Honey Baked Ham had a sweet potato you could buy.
Yes, and you found a recipe
no way,
for it.
I'm not going to buy this every year. I'll find a recipe. So I did. And
You've made it
I
100 times
ever since. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you do is you peel how many potatoes?
Well, you don't peel them. You boil the sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Then let them
How many?
cool. 9. This serves 12.
Okay.
And then you let them cool, take the peels off, and mash them up. And
Okay.
that's already mashed up.
So now they're already blended, and
Yeah.
you get a look at that. Looks like pumpkin pie stuff, really.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what else do we put in there to
So
mix up?
then you have 3/4 cup melted butter.
The melted butter makes it great.
Be careful, start mixing it.
Okay, so I'll start
But
mixing
it's
it.
gonna blow, so be careful.
Okay, and then what else are we
And
gonna add?
then 1.5 cups sugar. See, this is not a healthy food.
That's a ton of sugar, Tracy.
Yes. And that
Okay.
has salt in it also.
It does?
Yeah, I put the salt in there. So the vanilla, 1.5 teaspoons vanilla.
All right.
Mix it good. And 3 eggs, which they want beat before you put
Put them in?
Yeah.
So what will you do? You'll put them in a separate bowl and beat them
I
up a
just
little
put them in a
bit?
separate bowl, whisk them up quick with the fork.
You know, now that I'm doing this for the first time, this isn't really nearly as hard as I thought it was.
It's not hard. It's just time consuming because you got to boil the potatoes, let them cool,
Right.
peel. It's just a lot of steps. So there's the eggs.
Okay, the eggs are in.
And milk.
And milk. How much milk?
3/4 cup milk.
Okay, now if you want this recipe, we're going to put it up on our website, wkyc.com, and you can get all the stuff that you need to know to build this sweet potato casserole. You know, I guess you don't build food, you make it.
Yeah, and the thing about this, it has a crunchy topping. So the topping is dark brown sugar, flour, melted butter,
Okay.
and chopped pecans.
So-
It's not like your regular marshmallow topping, so there's a crunch to it, which is what you liked about the...
That's
the
why I
other
like
one.
it,
Yeah,
because it
that's
tastes
why
like
you
candy.
it.
Okay, now can you mix that stuff up while I'm doing
Yep.
this?
So this is the sugar, the pecans, the flour, and then melted butter. And I just use my hands. First I'm gonna stir it up a little bit because it's warm.
And that goes on the top. So really, now that this is just about completely beat up, I'm gonna pour this into the glass bowl,
Yes,
and then we just like dump that on top of this.
yes. Then you just sprinkle that on top. You
Okay.
bake for 40 minutes.
How's this look? Is that done?
Yep. Turn the beater up a little bit
Ah, okay.
and stop a minute.
Okay.
And let's scrape down the sides.
All right. Okay, I think
Just so
we're
you
good.
have- okay.
I think we're gonna.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pour this in here.
Go ahead.
And how many does this serve?
12. So you
Oh,
can
nice.
adjust it. I did because I was looking for a lot.
Right.
So you can adjust it.
I'm gonna use this. to
Sometimes I
get all of
half
out.
it.
Oh, so if you're only serving say 6, then you just cut all the
Yeah.
ingredients in half.
Yeah, you can do
Seems
it that
good
way.
to me. Okay, so now it's all in there.
Spread it out,
And we're gonna
even.
spread it all out even. I'm making a
Careful.
mess. Okay, and then the good stuff, the candy. That goes over the whole top.
your hand.
Oh, with
With
your
your
hand. Okay.
And just, no. Take it.
Oh, see.
You don't want it like in one big middle.
Yeah, you're right. This is why I don't do this, and my wife does.
But see, now you can.
I know. You know what? I think the next time you make this, I'm going to help. Okay, now I'm gonna put all that on there. That looks yummy. Let me show you. Right there. This is what we've made right here. And oh, it's gonna pour out. But what I really want to show you is this is the finished product. It's because we actually, well, I say we, she actually made one yesterday, Tracy did, and that's what it looks like. And I'm telling you at home, kids, this is a side, but it really tastes like it is a dessert. Try it for Thanksgiving. You can thank me on social media. Tracy, thank you very much for your first ever appearance on Lunch Break with your husband.
And I look forward to not having to make this at Christmas because now you know how.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. More Lunch Break right after this. Stay with us. All right, as we wrap up this edition of Lunch Break, check this out. This is Benny, the ice skating dog.
Oh my gosh.
And he stole the show over the weekend during the second intermission of the Vegas Golden Knights hockey game. Look at this guy go.
So he wears tiny skates on his front paws, carried a hockey stick in his mouth, and he even did a little jump and actually stuck the landing. He practiced this routine for more than a year, and his owners say that he skates at local rinks to raise money for the Animal Foundation in Las Vegas. I have never seen that before.
I haven't either.
Impressive.
I've seen squirrels surf, but I've never seen this.
This is right on par with squirrel surfing, I would say. This is amazing.
Maybe better. Maybe better.
Stephanie,
Maybe better.
social on Myles Garrett. What's the trend?
We got some responses. We got Carol Waters. She says he should stay suspended and everyone should be suspended. Everyone involved. That includes Rudolph.
Okay.
And George says we just need to forget about the what about it and let Myles take his hits.
Put it to bed.
Okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Thanks for making 3 News a part of your afternoon. Watch us live wherever you are, on our website, on our apps, and on Hulu and Roku. No matter where you are, 3 News is there.